All right, so I'm taking this, I'm hitting text. I hit select all so I can see the text. If you also want to see all the captions, you can. If there's multi-line text, let's say you want to do a multi-line text. If you want to do a seasonal text, so like, if it's like Christmas or if it's, something to celebrate, you want a happy Easter, whatever, I'm going to throw bunny rabbit right there, and there's my bunny rabbit. Okay. Now, how do you make changes to the text box? You double click it. And then in this case, let me go back and add candy. So what I want you all to do to help you all is everybody choose, you can choose whatever you want, but I would choose candy. That way now candy's in the middle. And then you double click it and then you can change it to whatever you want. I would change it to my first Wevideo project. Okay. Now, all I got to do is go over and I can move it around on the right. I can move it around on the right. And then I like to move it from the corner to make it larger. Now, you can also make it larger by coming over to size on the left and make it larger, and all that good stuff. Now, do I want to keep it pink? Maybe not. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change it to Crawford colors. I'm going to go green and I'm going to go blue. See? So that kind of gives you another little vibe, right? Now, here's something cool about it. There is something called a hex code, H-E-X, a hex code. A hex code is what a color is. So, for example, some of you already know, but a hex code, like for example, if I wanted to know the hex code for the Bengals, yes. Hey, Violet, will you slide over here real quick? Okay. So here's the hex code for the Cincinnati Bengals. FB4F14. That's the orange. So let's check this out. What if I want the hex code for Crawford? So the hex code for Crawford Middle School is the green that you see everywhere is 00B050. That's Crawford green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that on the board at some point. But if you want a certain hex code, like if you're a Bengals fan or you're a Lakers fan, you want to do something specific, you can change it, and that's how you find your color scheme. Okay. Make sure though, like you see, like where it says my first video project, you can see the blue, you can see the white, you can see the green. I would name, you can name whatever you want, but I'd say my first Wevideo project. That way it'll help you. Well, I'm just teaching you how to use it. But if you want to make a specific video, if you have a theme in mind, and say so let's say you do cheerleading. Okay, you do cheerleading. Let's say, my first Wevideo project, that's something you're doing right now, so you think about cheerleading. Because we're going to add pictures in it and all that video and stuff. So, check this out. Yo. What's this? Take care of business. Okay, so I'm going to click done. I'm done with it, and there's my first Wevideo project, and that's what it looks like. Okay, there. All right, so I got my title. Okay, now you see where it says text 1, video 1, and audio 1. Right now, these are called timelines. So right now, I only have one thing on the timeline. So let's add a video to the timeline. So let's go to videos. Now, here's the cool thing about Wevideo. There's all these stock videos. These stock videos are free to use. They're royalty free. That means they've been made by a graphic designer, okay, or a videographer for you to use. So, for example, let's say I'm going to do technology. So I'm going to type in technology. So if you have a theme in mind, so Naomi's thinking about doing cheer or whatever. Say you want to do, I don't care what you do. Come up with a theme, go into video and type in that theme. Okay. So I'm doing technology, and you see all these little technology animations. I can go say I click on that one. All right, I don't like that one. All right, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to drop that down to video one. So what I have is my first Wevideo project. Okay, and there's a title. It's kind of a long title, and then boom, it goes right into my first stock footage. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go in there and find some stock footage. Okay, remember you click on video, and so for example, let's say we're doing cheerleading. I'm going to go cheerleading. Okay, and again, anything you find in Wevideo you can use. So I could go in here and find some of this cool stuff. There you go. There's cheer. There's cheer. Um, you can do some crazy stuff. You know, they're doing that. Okay, they're doing step. All right, let's say you want to do running. Okay, maybe you like to run. Okay, so now you got some people running in slow mo. All right, let's say you want to do students. Okay, boom, you got students doing your thing. Okay, it's all these different type of stock footage. Remember, stock footage is footage that you can use. Okay, so you all need to take a moment and find something there. Right here is your zoom in, zoom out. So if you want to zoom in, it will make your like say your text is too large and you want to make it smaller. Like in this case, the text is about 8 seconds. That's probably too long for that text to be there. Oh, that's right. You can't do that. That's right. At the same time. So there's a couple ways to do it. I'm going to resize it, or you can like have it halfway at the mark and split the text and delete what you don't want. Hey, Naomi, will you close that door, please? All right, thank you. So, for example, here's what I have. I have technology. So let's say I want to add text over the video. So anything above, think about it like this. Anything, the highest timeline, the timeline that's on the top is going to show. So second part is you all have added your title. You have gone to videos and added a video. Now let's add a text to that video. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my titles. I'm going to choose, this time I'm going to choose retro. I'm going to double click, and I'm just going to type the word tech tips. So this is going to be a tech tips video. Okay. So I'm going to make that a little larger because, you know, you're like introducing tech tips. I don't really love the color scheme. So I'm going to go, it's always good to kind of stay with the same scheme. So I'm going to go with Crawford 00B 050. And then I'm going to go with the blue. Okay. So there's my tech tips. I'm going to go back and click done and look at it from scratch. Okay. So I got my first Wevideo project. Boom. It goes into the next thing, transition. Okay. Now I'm going to have this tech tips be the same length. Now you see right here where it has the plus and minus. What I can do with this, that makes the transition smooth. See how that works? So if I want to make the transition smooth, then that enables me, if you want to do what's called a cutaway, you can do a cutaway or you can do a smooth transition. See how smooth that is? Boom and boom. So that just kind of makes it more smooth, right? All right. So there's that process there. So now I have something on text one and something on video one. And then I've added a text on video one. Okay. So in that case, you see that process. Okay. Now, you're wondering what audio one is doing. If I click on audio is going to have a ton of like songs that you can pull in. Now, when we get Soundtrap, you can make your own music. You can make your own beats, and that's where I think it's fun, where you can do your own original stuff. But let's say, you want to search audio. Let's go. I'm just going to type in hip hop. See what comes up. Okay. Kind of gives you a little vibe there. So if I'm not doing any voiceovers, then you can drop something in there. So here you go. This is what it gives you. Does that make sense? So you can do some cool stuff like that with it. So let's say you're doing a segment for the news, which that's what we're eventually going to do, and do a segment for the news. Okay. Now I'm going to delete the audio first for a minute, and I'm going to come up here where it says project bin. So this is everything that I have put in my project. Does that make sense? Now, let's check this out. I want to narrate something. So I want to narrate. Narrate meaning you're just going to talk through. So I'm going to do a quick narration. And three, two, one. Hey, my name is Jeremy McGuire, media arts teacher at Crawford Middle, and this is my first Wevideo project. We're going to do some tech tips, so let's check it out. So, like, let's say you're going to do that, you can preview it. So, if you don't like being in front of the camera, you can always get some voice going. So, you got the voiceover right there. So, let's go back to audio, search audio, let's get back to hip hop, bring the same thing in. Okay. Now, here's the problem. You don't want your sound to drown out your narration. Now, I'm kind of giving you the whole, and then we're going to break it down. I'm giving you all that's there to offer, and then we'll come around and help. Violet will come around and help. A few of you will come around and help do stuff like that. What I'm going to do with the audio is I'm going to double click on the audio. You see where the volume is? I'm going to drop the volume down to about 30, 25%. Okay. And you see how that, like, if I kept it at 100%, what would happen? It would drown it out, wouldn't it? You don't want that. So I'm going to double click on the clip there, and I'm going to drop it down to, let's drop it down to 20%. I could just hit 20. Okay. I'm just going to hit 20 right there, and done. And let's see what that sounds like. Now, after I'm done doing narration, what do you want the music to do? Well, let's say I'm going to do more stuff, but I'm not talking. You want to bring up music back up, but you want to make it smooth, right? You don't want it to just be go real loud, real fast. So what I do is this: I hit audio and opacity, and I show the audio levels. You see the blue right there? See how the blue is? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I can drop that down. I can drop this down, or matter of fact, it's better. It might even be better just to split the clip and do a deal like that. Okay. So I like to always kind of play around with it. As far as kind of getting to know like the process, everything you have is in the project bin. Let's say you want to go back and see everything that I put in the project bin. So like, hey, what was that song I put in there? Well, it's in your project bin. It's your project, and that's a little bin. Think of it like that. You have now let's go to uploads. On your uploads, I want to upload something from Google Drive. So find a picture from your Google Drive. All you got to do is import and look right there. Everybody look at the TV. You see right there on the bottom left, you can connect your Google Drive to Wevideo. And that's what I like about it. So I'm going to connect it using my name. Okay. And I'm going to I'm going to allow it access. And then I'm going to drop a picture. You can put video on, you can put whatever you want. Okay. So let's say I'm going to go in here and type photo, see what's in there. Um, So here's 1113 photos. I'm going to put that picture right there. And that's going to go in my project bin. Let me do it one more time. I like to be at Project Bin when I do the photos or wherever if I'm gonna import some footage, I always like to import it in the Project Bin. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna select that. I'll select that. I'm gonna select that. So those three pictures right there, you see them, they're going in my Project Bin, right? They're going to my Project Bin. Now, once they're in, guess what you can do? You can drop them in. So here I am. I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put them on the video timeline right there, and that's some students that I had. There you go. Last 9 weeks. Now you see how her head's cut off. Anytime you want to change the size, you double click and change the scale. Now again, we're going to go back and review all this stuff. We're going to take the iPads, go out and get some video. We're going to go out and get some pictures. And we got to learn the process, and then you're going to do your own thing. Okay, so you can learn the process. So basically, what I have here is I have it to where now you can see everybody. Okay, now if you want to go and like I said, I'm giving you a real fast process. If I want to do an animation where it starts at one place and ends, let's say I just want to get the faces of everybody. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Here's an animation. See, now it's coming at you. So you can take a photo that's a still image and bring it to, anytime you want to incorporate the viewer more engaging, then you want things to move. Just think about that, right? So now, again, everything's in the Project Bin, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it here in a minute. I'll go ahead and close it now, and I'm going to go to classes. So everybody in here, as you all are doing work, like for example, I'm going to review the process. I'm going to go to, let's go to Naomi's and see what she's got. So now let's say I want to help Naomi. So she's doing cheerleading, and so if she's like, Mr. McGuire, I got a question. How can you help me? I can go straight to her project, and I could go in and say, hey, let's add some audio. And so that I added that to her project just now, but I'm going to get rid of it because she didn't want. You can make your own, but that's kind of it's another program that we're going to get. So if I want to go like Diego, here's Diego's. So Diego's. So let me go back. Let's do a review. If you're gonna, you go to audio and then you click. You just choose what you want. So that is a very broad intro that I will help you with. Okay.